Greetings, I'm Les.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play an instrument together! Yes! That's it. I
want to do it.
It's an instrument. So
I'm sorry,
bad.
I'm divided.
All right, so we actually found out that the little eyeball lets you hide this, so you can look at the screens and the characters, which I think is super cute.
So you can see more of the designs, which I think is great. It's actually a thing that I've been frustrated kind of by with in regards to some of the designs, where I'm like, I want to see more of the character.
Yes, it'd be fun. Honestly, we were talking about fitting some of your concept art as well into your own game, and it'd be really fun if, like, when people were doodling in their notebooks, if you ever got to see anyone's work, it was part of the concept art.
Right?
That'd be super cute if the designer wanted to stick that in. But there's been a few times where we've lamented over in other games that you lose so much of the development, and then you never get to go see it in like Easter eggs or extras or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, we both, as people who've been involved in design of things and done art, really like that stuff. Anyway, so we just came off of episode 1. We're in episode 2. I got another performance next month. We need to be ready for it. And we are still figuring out voices and stuff for people, but we're just exploring this game. Guys, I want us to do great, okay?
Comma. Okay. I understand the again, this is a game that's in demo, so I'm only mostly like I'm just teasing.
You're adding free editing. If you watch this, here's some editing you might do. When we started this, we promised each other we would go all out for this, right?
Well, I started because I wanted to try an instrument for so long, but most importantly, to do something fun with my friends.
Yeah. He lays down his saxophone on the nearest table.
This isn't fun anymore.
Yeah,
see?
exactly.
Your priorities, Jillian's priorities changed completely.
Okay, I'm projecting here, and I'm gonna say that what's happening is this is gonna break us up right here, and we're gonna have to use the instrument dating to get the group back together.
But also
the instruments will be like, I miss my player. That's my guess. I'm guessing.
And that's fine. Part of me though is also like, at least for me, I kind of hope it doesn't turn into let's just validate Jillian's experience where what she wants is gonna be the thing of like, I understand you can still have fun and still play
and be professional
and do performances, but I'm also like, you really need to sit down. I really hope it turns into like a heart-to-heart where you can really talk to each character and really get to sort of address them and going, hey, here's my ideas and let's come to some sort of compromise
or something. There are, like I said, many different endings that the author talked about in reference to what you choose, so some of them might be way more of a balanced experience between some of them, and some of them may be way more in reference to Jillian and what she was after. Some of them could be more bittersweet, some more positive, some more ambiguous,
right,
or even negative. Not fun.
You can be pretty mean to us. You've always been bossy, but this is just too much.
Grow some backbone.
Whoa!
Elijah is right. Micah can't. Is right. You are pretty controlling. Oh, sure. Why don't you start too? It's nice that you give us advice and book us gigs, but you don't even console us anymore. Oh? I don't want to perform at prom. I want to go to prom. Well, you first need to be asked for that, don't you?
Whoa!
You are in a bad mood today, my dear. Like,
Jan, you are like being mean. There! You're doing it again!
And they call her out on it. This is fascinating. It was a joke. Jeesh.
Very funny.
Extremely funny. We're all laughing.
You can be a little friendlier.
When we are practicing? Or when we all go out to do something fun? Oh no, wait. You guys didn't invite me to don't invite me to those anymore. Huh. It's sure fun, feeling left out.
Don't play the victim here.
You guys want me to be nicer? Sure, I'll try. Whatever.
You've always been a perfectionist, so this is not surprising to me at all.
He's going back into friend mode, going, look, we've known each other for years. You're clearly having some kind of a freak out. Sometimes when your friend gets super bitchy and you know them really well, you could be like, I'm gonna react to this, and then I'm gonna be like, dude, I know where you're coming from.
I feel like I'm not able to read that very well because that whole conversation interchange got really awkward for me. I don't know.
We don't know these people very well.
Yeah, I'm like,
but if we believe her that they've been friends for the longest, and then we look at his expression change here, it can guide us to he's trying to lighten the tone.
Right.
That's what I get. I just want us to be good. Let's take it from the top. As I focus on my piano again, I wait for Aiden to start. But I don't hear anything. Aiden?
Huh?
Hey.
I thought that I don't feel like that conversation. Hey, good point.
Yes! Like
if not, everybody's
over.
addressed is like,
It didn't
literally,
end.
well, me and my friend, we had this moment, and then the rest of them going, and?
And? No, this is good. I like this.
Yes, good. I don't feel like that conversation is over.
Well, I say it's over, so...
You don't want to say sorry.
Ah, see, he tried to lighten the tone and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
I see. You know what? I'm done with this.
Huh? It is. It's gonna break up.
Yep.
What?
I don't need this. I have better things to do.
He stands up and walks out of the door, not even saying goodbye. Sheesh. We don't need a saxophone player. We'll figure it out. I look over at the others, but they're just standing there, dumbfounded. Right? Right? I don't want to do this anymore either. Huh? I thought about it before, and now that Elijah is... You want to leave as well?
Sorry, I want to see a cute little
That
outfit.
cute
I was like,
little
hang
outfit. I love the little overall dress. It's really cute.
really
And also,
cute.
like, with the hoodie underneath it, it's
so
super cute.
cute.
And the pastel, like, sort of like... Or, like, sherbet
These
pink.
people
It's
are
really
all like
cute.
wildly styling for the level of weird, like withdrawn nerds. I'm like,
I know,
how
it's
much
very
money do you
stylish.
guys have?
Well, I mean, the school just bought these instruments straight out,
And
so
just
you
went,
know.
huh? Yeah.
Well, the others are now standing up, too. Of course. We'll be going, then. You'd better leave those instruments behind. They're from the club.
But we had to pay for them too.
Did we? A small contribution for club fees. You didn't pay for the actual instruments. It's true. Or do you want to carry those drums on your back, Aiden? They all put down their instruments. Still feeling awkward.
I'm like, that is an unfortunate thing to reinforce, but also that should have
It's
been
true.
wildly clear from the very beginning of what you're doing is paying for that thing. This
also,
sounds
like-
like so much misinformation, and this is not a criticism necessarily, like
No,
a
this
part of
sounds-
the writing. This
for me,
sounds-
I was going to say, this sounds accurate for a kids club and actually for a lot of adult clubs going, we didn't explain clearly what was going on here because
Or
we just
expectations.
started moving forward.
Yeah.
We just needed to get started. They say start before you're ready, but you also need to, explain things. And there have been so many things that I've been a part of where people do not understand where their money's going, what their money's paying for. If they're paying, whether it's paying for Girl Scouts and like paying dues for that, or
Right.
whether it's paying for like
Oh, gosh.
HOAs.
I was about to say, let's talk about the thing. So we actually got involved recently with an HOA, and it was really fascinating where, like, literally we asked what we thought were, yes, they're very basic questions. We got
Yeah.
laughed at for people going, well, why don't you know this? And going like,
And at the same time, there was someone there talking the whole time about going, but the thing you say the HOA covers isn't the thing that mine covers. Because, we've been in a neighborhood that's got like a lot of renters and a lot of, like buyers and stuff. And so like the high rental population is very much, it's like you're still invited to go to the HOA meetings and stuff
Right.
like that. And you can see basically what they're looking for as far as yards and stuff. But since the HOA is super basic in the neighborhood we live in, which if you don't know, that's Homeowners Association.
Right.
I just say, that's part of why we chose to live here because it's super cheap.
because honestly, all the other ones that we also had though too were just terrible.
That when we were looking around for a place to live, it was so many of them so expensive. All right,
I hate
still
housing
feeling awkward.
crap.
But yeah, so her going, I didn't explain this previously, or we never laid out exactly what you're paying for, makes perfect sense.
Yes, absolutely. Like,
And them going, but we played dues. It's like dues are just part of being a club. They cover things like snacks and sheet music and even just the rent, the room sometimes.
right? Holy crow.
See you around. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. They all walk out of the classroom, closing the door behind them. My tears finally start to fall. I can't fix this.
Oh, poor
They're all assholes. I'm having a bad day, dropping me like I'm nothing. I know I've only been doing this for half a year, but I actually really liked playing the piano. And now I have to stop because they can't seem to separate critique from personal attacks.
Oh, except the thing is that actually, so learning how to critique properly is also, it's a multi-layered problem. But I will say this in terms of like problem in the sense of going, even if you learn how to critique, the person also needs to learn how to take that critique. Not everybody basically speaks the same critique language.
I say, and the thing is learning to critique can be learning the person you are critiquing, where you develop a language between each other of what this looks like,
there is
depending on how much time you can spend with
For
them.
me, I find it to be a very sincere and honestly big problem in terms of how people go, I'm here to critique you. So I'm an artist as well, and I've run into, where people are just like, the concept of people going, this is a critique, and you're going, that's not a critique. That is literally also, like, you're not even just using, like, direct language, what I would consider to be a critique. You're literally just either attacking or pointlessly picking things without offering a suggestion.
I'm going to mention Two Set Violin here, where they actually critiqued a show called, My Little Princess or something like that.
Right.
And it's a Chinese show, as far as I know. And it's about this, orchestra. And they tear it apart as far as not understanding how orchestra and music auditions and stuff works. But the teacher is one of those strict assholes that just tells everybody they're doing bad. And Two Set Violin breaks it down really nicely, going, look, he's not giving any useful critique. He's not saying anything helpful. He's not even telling you you did well on this and you could do better on this. He's just going, you missed a note and you're not mathematical perfection, essentially. I can't think of the word, like clinical perfection, perhaps. Yeah. Of going, it doesn't matter how you feel the music or anything. You have to play it exactly like the sheet or you are a failure. And they talk about like mood and tone and making artistic choices and everything. Anyways, it's a really funny but also really thoughtful episode about how there is this standard that a lot of us get exposed to in reference to what leadership and critique looks like, and that a lot of us don't know how to do it. So Jillian not knowing how to lead means that she probably hasn't had a lot of leadership models for her. Because for me, I do not believe that leaders are born. I believe that leaders are taught and they're made. And there's a lot of research to back it up. And some people really do. They go like, you're either born a leader or you're not. But there's so many like papers and things on it that are going, actually there's a school even that they founded to train leaders. Because it is a set of skills and you can learn them. Yes. Anyway, and that most people are not taught about leadership at all. They're just told to go and do it. And then it's a very sink or swim going, you have leadership potential. And you see it in shows all the time, especially in like anime and stuff. They send you out to try something, and if you succeed, they're like, good job. And you don't even know why you succeeded. You're that unconscious competent thing.
Right.
But they're like, you are a leader. And then if you ever fail, you don't know what to do differently because it's like being smart instead of educated.
But the thing also that bothers me too is well, they'll be like, you did a really good job. They don't even necessarily try to break it down for you or try to help the characters or the audience comprehend exactly what
Nobody
happened.
knows why. Anyway, so I feel like she's coming from a very realistic place going, but I'm trying to do what I've seen done before as a club leader and what I feel I understand it is, and I don't have any of the information I actually need.
There's also, again, for poor Jillian that I feel like is going, but I wanted us to do these things. And being like, I wanted us to be successful. Again, not communicating, though her goals had changed. Because as far as I can tell, she literally said a fun club. We wanted to have fun and just kind of learn how to play. Not suddenly going, let's change our performance.
If she's always been a perfectionist, for her, fun might be achieving a form of perfection.
It's
and
true.
So she just assumes everyone has the same kind of fun she does. So it sounds like she's a bit stuck in her head with communicating her vision.
Which is totally realistic. A lot of people do, yeah.
When I have led teams, one of the most important things that I had in my team leadership training was communicating what you want to do to your team, what your end goal is, and how you plan to get there. And if you can get buy-in from your team, if you come to them and you go, hey, what I want to do is, and this is off book or it's something we don't usually do, but it will help us catch up, it will help us make jumps forward, or it will bring us together as a team. And you can connect your team to what that is, and they go, okay, I'm willing to try it, or yes, I want that goal too, then you're good, you move forward. But if you just start shoving your team in a direction, and which is not the kind of leadership that Rebecca has received in the past, I was going to say, but if you just start shoving your team towards something without talking to them about why you're doing it and what you're doing, they're going to get lost, and you're going to get a lot of frustrated people just like this. This is a really good example of that.
I'm just like, I don't even want to go off, because we were both at the same work location. It was terrible, and so I just took it out.
So separating critique from personal attack. Sometimes it's very hard to learn what a good critique looks like, and it is a skill you develop.
And also, again, it's a required thing of the other person doesn't know what your critique language looks like.
So you have to learn together how to share critique experiences.
And also, wow.
I looked down at my piano keys. One person can't be a club. I'd have to quit. But then I can't play anymore. Ugh, I'm going crazy. I wipe my tears away and look around the now empty club room. The good luck doll September made. They're going to tell us what it is in the background. I was looking at that thing the whole time.
So cute.
It is. It reminds me of a weather forecaster, but it's very cute.
Oh, I thought I had a very different face. My brain is like, whoa, I wasn't even sure what I was looking at.
That's okay. No worries. It's very cute, though.
It's very cute.
I say, she made it when we started this club. Said something about luck and wishes. that worked out well. I wish I had new club members. That's it! You got your wish fulfilled! I look behind me, hoping to find new bandmates dancing right in. What did I expect? I really am going nuts. More tears start to fall. I feel so pathetic. I pack my stuff and lock the door behind me. And close down the room.
No.
And the plant is sad. Who will water me and love me in my beautiful cat pot? Tomorrow is another day. Yeah, I did not interpret her as being that bitchy right away at all. Oh,
No.
trophies and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow came, and I've been avoiding the others all day long. I'm just
Staring.
Oh, I'm just staring in my locker at this point. I still don't know how to feel. I'm just mad right now. Oh dear.
Hey,
It's a boy.
girl!
It's a boy. So much.
Huh?
I turn around to see where the voice is coming from. But as soon as I do, I see they weren't talking to me. Why? Oh, it is a girl. Why would she... It's not like I have more friends other than the club. The club. They were my friends. But not anymore. They don't want to think about it. They're still assholes and it's their fault. Okay, so that piece right there, I didn't do anything wrong. She's trying to validate that what she has learned and understood works at this point is the correct thing.
Which is...
Especially when you're doing like online learning and trying to learn to interact in a community. There's a lot of but I've been told that this kind of post is okay, this kind of statement is okay, or this is how you handle a thing.
Right.
This is how you lead. And so I'm trying to go, but I'm not stupid. I did understand this.
There's that thing of trying to justify basically your reality, because there's also that thing too is wherever you learned that behavior from, you can actually see this a lot in kids.
Yes.
Where a lot of times they will be very defensive of something they've learned from their parents, because their parents cannot be wrong.
But there's also something that you learned maybe from somebody that was important to you online, or somebody that exemplified it, like a popular YouTuber.
Ha!
This behavior is okay because they demonstrated it's okay.
Right.
And so at this point, she's trying to go, and a lot of people, if they go, well, my behavior was wrong, then they have no action to take or nothing else to do because they know no other options for their behavior.
Right.
So basically, I shouldn't exist, which is like, so I understand where she's coming from at this point, but at the same time, lots of friend groups fall apart when they try and do something new together because most of you have connected over what you're doing now and
Right.
not something new, and teamwork is challenging. Part of the reason sports are so popular, and this might seem really obvious to anyone who's in sports, is that teamwork is challenging and it's amazing to see people work together because it is hard.
Same thing for an orchestra though, or a band.
Uh-huh.
Like shockingly, they are honestly, to me, I really feel like on the same level. You really
Yep.
do have to spend a lot of time coordinating dance routines if you've got actually that part of your band.
And you have to
there.
have a
It's
similar unified goal.
Yes.
And so you need to have a mission statement and then understand what it is. There's been some really fun logic puzzles that I've encountered in the past of going, this happens at work or this happens in a school team or whatever, and people go, but you just changed this thing, and they're going, our mission statement for this group or club or this, model of leadership is this thing.
Right.
We need to all be connected on it. And like I've mentioned Brene Brown before, but in one of her books, Dare to Lead, she does talk about how as a leader and as any group or club, especially when holding meetings, you need to establish what you're after and make sure you have clear expectations of everyone to
Right.
really get somewhere. Otherwise, you're going to run into these kind of emotional roadblocks all the time because people will get hurt.
Yes.
I didn't do anything wrong. From the anger, I throw my books back in my locker. The noise it makes is so hard. The students from before give me weird looks.
The noise it makes is so loud.
I think loud. I would say,
loud.
I would say, so in that case, I would say, like the sentence of feeling like from the anger, I throw my books in my locker. I think it would be more like I'm feeling so angry that I throw my books in my locker, or I
Right.
take my anger out by throwing my books in my locker, and then it makes a loud noise,
Right.
not a hard noise.
Yeah.
I would say that's just how, as an English speaker, I would expect those sentences more to go. I quickly turn my face away in my locker so they won't see me. I feel like crying again, and I don't want to. Still super fashionable though.
Oh yeah, God. Why? I'm like, why are you always so sparkly?
Gosh dang. I'm just going to make my way to the music room. Because
Why?
I have music room in first period. Or I have a free period.
I don't know.
I'll just look for new club members to keep the club going. That way I can continue the club and keep playing out my piano. I'll figure out how when I get there. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. Going back to Bear, there's a bear in the window.
It's fine.
Everything is fine.
It's
fine.
It's fine.
Just fine.
Oh God.
I feel my body becoming anxious again.
Mood.
I'm so not good with meeting new people. She is awkward, just like the people that are her friends. But she's trying so hard.
Shockingly, a lot of perfectionists actually really can be, especially so a lot of that mentality also comes with a very strict black or white perspective too.
And a lot of perfectionists,
absolutism.
And a lot of perfectionists are very, not in a bad way, they're just very self-centered. They're about their own goals.
Believe me, I would know. I am a part of this group, yo.
And so it's not like
that's why it's hilarious playing games because
with perfectionists and going, dang perfectionism. But like there is really this space of going. As a perfectionist, you tend to be very internally focused on your own goals because you're trying to meet your personal standard of perfection because there is no universal standard of perfection.
Shockingly, tends to wobble around a lot because the more perfectionist you are, the harsher you can be on yourself because a lot of people who are perfectionists also seem to use their perfectionism to hurt themselves.
They really do. To continue criticizing themselves and
to not unrealistic and unhealthy standards.
I'm not so good with meeting new people. All right, into the hall. Now, where are those keys? Who? What? All right. Are you kidding me? The door is knocked down. Club room 204. In front of me, the door of the club room is smashed on the ground. It's like someone kicked it in. Or kicked it out in this case.
That looks like the door is this way. I will say for me, depending on how this is going to end up, I would say this looks like it was kicked out.
So there is a standard of saying the door being kicked in refers to all doors being kicked down because it's used a lot that way in literature.
Right.
But I was going to say in this case it looks like the door was kicked out and that feels like an important distinction if it was broken from the
inside.
Usually could say
it was someone kicked it into the classroom.
Or you could say someone kicked it down.
Right.
It was kicked down. All right. From the inside. Yeah. Yeah, it was kicked down. It kicked out from the inside. All right. I looked everywhere to check if all the instruments are still here. Oh, dear. They're still here. Okay, they are here. Thank goodness.
Whoa, it looks like the background.
Yeah, this has been Chef. The plant's gone. Someone took the damn plant.
No, plant.
And most of the books are gone. Like the whole room's been ravaged. Pretty good. But they left your good luck doll.
They did.
Thank goodness. But why is everything such a mess? They threw a tantrum. No, they wouldn't. Trash the classroom for revenge? What are they? 10?
I highly doubt your friends would do that. That seems silly.
Well, she doesn't think so either. She's just going, but who else could it be? Who else could it be? I storm out of the classroom. Door still on the floor. They have to be here somewhere. Aha! Elijah Daniel Martinez.
What do you want, Jillian?
Justice. You guys trashed the club room, didn't you?
Trashed?
I like his sort of theme with the green Elijah nameplate and the green sort of like mint green, coat and the eyes and everything.
It looks great.
His green pelt's very fun. Sort of like it's the same way she has her pink one.
Yep.
It's very fun. But the pink and gray is just very fun.
What happened?
I just walked to the club room and the door was kicked open. Inside, everything was a mess. Things were missing. The cat plant was gone.
That sucks. Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. My ex-friends are out there to get me. Are out to get me, I think.
So we're exes now?
Did we break up?
Look, I know what I did yesterday was a little childish, but that's how far I'm willing to go. And honestly, it's really not. A walkout is a perfectly acceptable form of protest. Also, it's one of those things you can do to literally avoid a physical confrontation.
Yeah, and sometimes, like, one of the best things to do, even if other people don't like it, is to walk away. They're like, you can't leave, and you're like, no, because the best way to handle me for me is to leave, and then I will come back and deal with it rationally. Now, don't just leave permanently, but leave when you're in a situation where you can't handle it.
But usually, I would say in that case, typically, they're like, if you're going to leave, state what you're going to do. I'm going to leave, and then when I've calmed down, we can have a conversation later, or maybe within like an hour or 2 hours or whatever.
And that's what I was going to say, is you can leave something permanently, like I'm absolutely done here, but do continue the conversation once you've calmed down.
Right.
But I think what he's saying is that's as far as I'm willing to go, is just leaving the club and being what I did yesterday, rather than doing something else.
I'm not going to destroy your classroom just because I don't want to be in your club anymore. What do you think I am, 10?
Yes, we are friends! All right. They didn't steal anything. It's clearly an act of revenge. And maybe you didn't do it, but that doesn't clear the names of the others. You know how scary it can be when Aiden gets angry?
The tall, quiet one that's...
The jock.
No, the soft, the one with the anime shirt on.
I was gonna say, but like they're tall and quiet. I don't know. I always think of those tall, quiet like girls. They go sort of tomboy, sporty types. But maybe she's not.
Like Jock is a very specific type.
That's true.
Like, I was like,
that's fair.
What Jock?
Sporty type, perhaps. I was gonna say.
I don't know if she's
quiet
sporty.
ones can be scary when they get angry sometimes, only because you're not expecting it. If you compare them bursting out to a lot of other people who just do it regularly, it's fairly moderate, honestly. In most cases, I've seen.
Yeah. Why don't you just focus on yourself for a change? Stop worrying about what others are doing.
Maybe.
Would save you a lot of stress.
It would, probably. In contrast to you, I still care about the club. I'm doing this for me, and you four are simply the most logical suspects. For me or not for me?
Someone else on your list too, or just us?
Did she mean that she was doing it for herself to like figure out about the club, or is she doing like the club for herself, or I'm not doing this for me? And I'm not sure if that was grammar or not.
I'm not sure either. I'm
That's not very much like I'm doing this all for me kind of thing, or maybe something else. Anyway, just you guys, nobody else.
Great detective work.
I'm not a detective. I'm not even a leader yet. I'm looking at motive first.
Well, if you're looking at suspicious behavior too, might check out those 5 new students.
New students?
I mean, I don't know if they're new students, but
Tell me. I can think about something else for a second.
There are 5 guys walking around and no one has seen them before. They look pretty sketchy to me. In fact, they're so sketchy, the designs are...
They're so sketchy, they're drawn as if they're concept art.
Honestly, I find it would be really funny at this point in the stage. They're like, we've gotten this far. We thought we would put them in. I did a gaming joke.
Right, I just left them. They are sketchy. That's why.
Why is that?
Why is that? Sorry, why is that?
One of them has boots above the knees.
Why is that? They look like Final Fantasy characters. That's why. They look like honestly dateable. That's why, right? I'm sorry. They look too much like protagonists. I mean, or love interests. That is sketchy. That is sketchy. School? Maybe they're in drama. The theater club. You never know with the theater club.
Honestly, I saw when I was at school, the theater club kids
were amazing.
Tended, honestly, to not really have a lot of, like, fancy clothes. But that was when I was growing up.
Okay, so the only theater club kids that I knew...
They had eccentric clothes, but they were not necessarily fancy.
However, high boots doesn't necessarily mean eccentric. However, they could be wearing something from the prop closet. So that was the one that I got, where theater kids, a lot of them were busted-ass poor, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And I wasn't ever involved with them, unfortunately, because I would have loved it. That would have been great, because I have always been a bit theatrical, ridiculously theatrical. The only job that I've ever had that was considered vaguely customer service, because I'm mostly a manufacturing background.
Right.
They're really like, you are so performative in everything. We're trying to tell people to be enthusiastic for customer service, and like we're telling you to tone it down. Everybody else, speak up, be more emotive. You tone it down.
Chill.
Anyway, so like they wear, sometimes the costume pieces around because it's fun if they can.
Right.
Okay, this needs further inspection.
Sure thing.
What do you think?
Well, honestly, ding dong ding. Sounds like a great time to stop for right now. So if you like what we do, please feel free to check out our Patreon and our Ko-Fi. We have links down below. We've also got links to other materials if we ever discuss it. So please feel free to check it all out. Other than that, though, please like, comment, and subscribe, because I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!